systems go. Clear for liftoff.
What's up, Ship It Nation? We got us a nice Tuesday baseball slate, 11 games over on the two sites that we all enjoy to play on. But I got my man Matt here with me, so excited to talk about some baseball like we were saying before we got on here. Normally, he and I got these Thursday slates that are usually shorter, condensed slates, 5-6 games, sometimes not even any slates, as we saw a couple of weeks ago. Nothing to talk about. But excited to be on here with him. Excited to talk with everybody. Glad everybody's here joining us here today. Matt, bring you on in here. What do you think of this slate here? And how's the week on since I talked to you last?
Yeah, this slate's fun. We were talking a little bit before. Sometimes on those Thursday slates we get shafted a little bit because they're weaker, smaller, whatever. We got a nice big boy Tuesday slate with good pitching, cores, about all you could ask for. So I like this one here. Week has been good. I know the Tigers, we were talking before about Scooble, but Cleveland made some moves to actually get better, which is a rare sight. Haven't really done that in the past decade. So the American League stinks. I don't think anyone that Cleveland got is like, obviously none, like Nate Lowe, Joe Adele, Foster Griffin, like each one of those guys themselves isn't like a major move, but when you put them all together, I like what Cleveland did in a bad American League. I think we got a shot, especially with the Tigers, selling Scooble, obviously, which I'm sure the crowd wants to hear your total thoughts on.
Yeah, I mean, as a Detroit fan, it was an interesting trade deadline. Tigers, after it's all said and done, for one, as I was telling you, Screwball fucked the Tigers over by basically saying he was signing with the Dodgers anyway. So he didn't say, hey, I'll leave it open, nothing like that. I'm going to the Dodgers afterward. West Coast guy. So it was kind of obvious that's where he wanted to end up. But I think really, baseball, yeah, it's kind of bullshit the way the Dodgers can just throw around the money they do. But, I kind of fought, like we were saying, like a team like the Brewers, how long are you going to have Miz under contract? And as you brought up, a healthy Miz under contract. You got Turang, Churio. You got some young guys that are pretty good. You had a decent young core. You had Miz with Scooball. I don't care if it's a few months. You give up. The reports were the Tigers wanted Logan Henderson. You can do without Logan Henderson, trade up for Scooball and try to go for it for a World Series. You've never won one. To me, you had to go for it. I think that was literally, in my opinion, in the National League, the best chance a team has by stacking something that you could have went, ooh, they could get the Dodgers. But it is baseball. They could end up losing. 7-game series are tougher. The Dodgers are so deep. It's going to be tough to beat them at this point. For me, though, Scooball, the way he's kind of handled things here at the end with the Tigers, kind of saying, about going to arbitration and having his surgery, and he just seems to be like a dick. Oh, I want to be here. I don't want to do it. Dude, your agent, Scott Boras, you didn't want to be anywhere. You want to go where the money is. Don't ever give me that bullshit, for one. So you didn't want to be anywhere unless the money's there, and that's the wrong with baseball. The Tigers could offer $550. Dodgers going to offer $580. Tigers offer $580. Dodgers going to offer $620. It ain't going to matter. So it is kind of bullshit the way baseball's set up. It's obviously going to fix itself. Probably not even going to have more of a 2027 season, likely now at this point. But the Tigers did pretty good about trading Mize. I think the kid they got from the Cash, I think is pretty good, a pretty good pickup. he looks like Scooball when you watch him throw. So, the Tigers got a young core, all in their mid 24s to 28th, McGonagall's, Clark's, Dinglers, they got a pretty decent core. Scooball's a little old. It was time for him to move on. They could only get what they could get. I was hoping for something better from the Dodgers, but when you step back and look at it, they were literally, Dodgers are bidding against themselves. So, it is what it is. But now I'm anti-Dodger. I mean, as DFS fan, I've always liked the Dodgers because a lot of times I've had my money laid on the Dodgers. They're usually getting you over the line. I became kind of a Dodger fan for that reason. I like Mookie Betts.
Yeah,
but at this point, I officially declare, fuck the Dodgers.
One thing I'm absolutely fascinated with, because I feel like I know you by now and I know how you play and I know who you're going to like usually. Scooball's on the slate, so I'm fascinated to get your take there and hear what your thoughts are, because I know the last thing you want to do is play Scooball tonight. So we'll see what you think when we talk about pitchers here shortly.
Yeah, I do have probably an interesting take. So, but all right. So yeah, so tonight we got what? 11 games, as I said. I mean, you're just breaking down, looking at the pitching. I mean, you got some decent arms on the slate today. I mean, Scooball, Henderson, you got Ryan that's got some strikeout capability, who's kind of had some issues here in recent times. You got Weathers with 26% strikeout percentage. Jared Jones got a decent strikeout percentage. You got Mackenzie Gore going against a pretty bad Giants team, which I end up thinking will probably be one of the heaviest owned pitchers, especially on DK. So, I mean, for me, I kind of was going through pitching. There's a couple guys that I thought, yeah, I could probably play them. I think Troy Melton being one of them. Just, I mean, call me a homer or not, but I mean, the kid's been pretty good, eating up innings. I know his strikeout rate ain't high, but I do like that. As far as Scooball goes, I mean, I'll just say it. I don't care who you are. To go, I mean, what has it been? 4 days? It's been basically Sunday night, Monday, Tuesday. I mean, 2 days basically. I think he's got a lot going on upstairs. I generally don't. I mean, I think he's got family to move, a lot of stuff going on up in his brain. I'm just concerned, like him being the highest priced pitcher. I know he's a great strikeout pitcher. We're out in Wrigley. I don't know. I just Scooball's a decent play. I'm just not going to be overly excited about it, just because I do believe that, I mean, that's just disruptive, right? Like, I don't care who you are, man, especially a pitcher. So for me, I just am concerned. Now his next start, damn, I'm going to be definitely all in. Like, I think it would make it worse if the start was in Dodger Stadium, because he's going to want to come out. He's going to try, like he's going to want to show the new fans. Him being out in Chicago and Wrigley, it's probably good that they got away from Dodger Stadium. He definitely does have some upside, but I can kind of look at reasons. I've always said, I think I've said on the show, I think pitchers are more of creatures of habit than any sports athlete there are. You get them out of their realm, and I've talked to baseball players. Like, if DFS player, you ever talk to a major league player, and especially if they're a pitcher, you ask them, like, what could screw you up or throw you off? Like, is it any of that shit? They'll tell you the disruption in their routine. So that's like something. So for me, that's just my concern in Scooball. I mean, that's just my personal concern. I mean, I've just seen it, so I'm not going heavily on. Like, if I have 3 teams on FanDuel, I'll probably have one Scooball where I'd normally probably have 2 or 3. I'll probably only have 1 this time. So, but it's pretty easy to build some lineups with some of the stacks that I think are pretty decent today, especially on DK. Like, I think a Twins team's decent, a Ranger team. Like, I think they're all fairly cheap here today that can compete with the Coors Field game we got. So, yeah, I think it's an interesting slate. I think it's a decent slate. But that's my concern as far as Scooball goes. You can always, give me some shit in the chat if you want. But, man, that's the way I feel, man. But what do you think about this pitching here tonight?
Yeah, I don't mind the Scooball take, although I do think that what you said about, like, the pitching in LA got me thinking that perhaps tonight is the night to use him, and the next start in LA, or if when he is pitching in LA, might be the time to back off. But I don't disagree with you. I totally agree with your creatures of habit point. For me, the thing mostly is he's super expensive and he's going to get owned. So I think he's a fine play. I'm with you. Like, I don't think you have to play him, but I don't think he's a bad play either. There's good pitching on this slate all over. We know Scooball has really high upside. Sure, he'll want to have his pet stuff tonight, which I'm sure all pitchers always do. So I don't know if that really matters. He's likely to be an extra dialed in tonight, but he's expensive and owned. I like the guy that you mentioned. I can't remember if it was on the show or before. Logan Henderson, 10 at Pittsburgh, not going to be his owned. I like him a lot. $1,000 cheaper than Scooball. We've got good options all over here. You mentioned Troy Melton. I think he's a fine play. Obviously, you get that nice ballpark. Expensive, so I'm a little bit hesitant there, but in play nonetheless. And I feel the same about Joe Ryan, also 9,800. Bobby Witt's back, so that really changes the dynamic of the Royals lineup, but it's still not good. So Joe Ryan, I think, is in play. We've seen him struggle recently, especially 2 starts ago against Cleveland, but he's got upside here for sure. Yeah, there's like options all over here. Mackenzie Gore, I think you're right, is going to be the highest owned pitcher because that San Fran lineup, it's
garbage.
Weak right now. Yeah, you take Ramos out, who is their best hitter against left-handed pitching. I mean, Arias is just a good hitter. I don't know, man. I don't really want to play Mackenzie Gore as like uber chalk because I feel like he's the type of guy where he's almost like matchup agnostic in that if he's got his good stuff, he can get out anyone. But if he doesn't, which is half the time, he'll struggle against anyone. And doesn't mean I want to stack San Fran here. I'm just looking for reasons to get off of Gore. Ultimately, though, he's too cheap, and I understand why he's getting that much ownership. You mentioned Jared Jones. Doesn't feel good, but I think he's got upside at 7,600. And one name I want to throw at you, and you probably don't like him, but you might like my reasoning why, is Freddie Peralta. 7,200 going into Colorado. Now, definitely the Colorado side's in play given how bad Peralta's pitched this season, but maybe getting out of that Mets stink and just out of New York in general really lifts Peralta here because he's been a good pitcher throughout his career. Like he's been inconsistent, but he's been a front end number 1, number 2-ish starter, and he's 7,200 here. So ownership. We know the Rockies can strike out. I just think in tournaments he's worth a flyer. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, fastball Freddie, as I like to call him. And whenever I'm thinking about playing fastball Freddie, if you're looking at, split stats, I generally like to throw up what the other teams do generally against fastballs. And the Rockies look pretty good against the fastball. Karros, Rumfield, Moniak, even Castro, even Troy Johnson. I mean, they only have 2 bats that are less than 350. I mean, they got a few 400 Wobas I'm speaking of. They all have ISOs over 240. I mean, they're all very good fastball hitters, I guess is my point. So I would be a little bit concerned about Freddie, but I do understand your concern. Like, I think like a lot of the things in baseball that we miss, we know it's such a volatile sport, right? And there's so many different games and the pitchers. Like, I think one thing computers and these optimizers cannot judge are the things like we just discussed with Screwball, like getting out of their routine, or Peralta. Who the fuck wouldn't want to get out of that Mets debacle? That's gotta feel like being unchained. Like you got to be on that plane being like, thank God I got out of that dumpster fire. Because I mean,
not even just
that. That's like the biggest media city in the world. So you're all a bunch of bigger douchebags in New York. Like, damn, I couldn't handle that shit.
On top of that, also, you go from like an amazing organization in Milwaukee who knows what they're doing with pitchers to the Mets who don't know what the fuck they're doing with anything, to now the Rays, who are also really good with pitchers. So maybe we don't see it in his first start, but I expect Peralta to be a lot better for Tampa than he was for the Mets. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off, but I had to throw that in.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not including him in my top, handful of pitchers, but to me, it does seem like there's only going to be maybe, I mean, we got 11 games. There's 22 arms, obviously. I think there's only literally 6 arms that are going to, even probably less than that are going to have a majority of the ownership. So you had to get outside of the comfort zone a little bit with a pitcher or two. If you got a 20-man roster, that's what we're kind of talking about here. Some GPP plays. Like, this isn't a cash game show. We never are talking cash games around here. We're talking about a GPP play. He's a cheap play. I don't mind that. Is there anybody else down low that might look at? Like, how about Sandoval against the White Sox?
I was going to say that, but first I got to respond to Andrew. I don't even know how to pronounce his last name. He says, please play Peralta. This is why I don't listen to this clown. two things there. One, it's a free show. Two, you are listening to whoever you're calling a clown because you just commented in a chat that we're talking on. So you don't need that negativity here. Either way, Sandoval definitely in play. 6,900. We prefer pitchers against we prefer lefties against the White Sox. They're really good against right-handed pitchers. They're like the Nationals. But against lefties, you can get got. They can get got. So Sandoval really cheap. I don't think he's a safe play. White Sox have power against both-handedness, but 6,900 is a nice tag. So I think he's in play here.
Yeah, I think he's definitely in play. I think Jones too is in play for Pittsburgh against Milwaukee. I mean, just looking at what Jones is bringing to the table. I mean, he's got one of the higher strikeout rates on the slate overall. So, I mean, I think you got to look at him. He's almost at 28%. I mean, 7% walk rate. He does get a Milwaukee team that, you know, I don't really like picking on the Brewers. I mean, that's generally not going to work out fun. I mean, I do like to see this game total's got a 7.5 total. So I do like that. As far as some strikeouts go, Turang and Churio, top of the lineup, are some candidates for him. 27.5, 26% for Churio. Garrett Mitchell's at like a 36%. Then you got Yelich and Bauer at mid-20s. And then really pretty much the rest of the lineup isn't all that high strikeouts. But as far as lefties go, Jones has got a 30% K rate so far, 24.4% K rate to the right side. So, you know, we're going to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, probably 6 lefties for the Brewers. So I think Jones is another one that you could use. Davis Martin, I don't know how you feel about Martin either against a Red Sox team that's been shit. I mean, they've been obviously one of the better teams in baseball, but I mean, Boston, I mean, shit, they made a nice trade, got Rutschman. So I was surprised that the Orioles, like, oh, I mean, see, like the Orioles are a perfect example of not going for it. Like a couple years ago when they were in a position where they were looking good, they were winning, they had some prospects coming, and, you know, Gunnar Henderson, everybody's coming up, they're playing well. And then now look, they're selling guys like Adley. I mean, they're just selling off now. I mean, like you got to go for it. When the window's open, you got to go for it. But I think Martin wouldn't be. I mean, I wouldn't take him out of my deep pool either. I mean, I like Gore, I like Jones better, but I don't mind him either. Wazinski against the Blue Jays, the second start of the year. What do you have? 80 pitches. I mean, he didn't look overpowering. I just don't like the matchup against Toronto. There isn't all that many strikeouts. He had 4 Ks last time, 79 pitches, gave up 3 run, 5.2 innings. Not bad, but I
was in an elite strikeout spot too against the Angels. So I don't know what to make of that. You know what I mean?
Right. Yep. I agree with that. I mean, we love the Angels in some good right-handed, you know, strikeout pitcher because usually seems to work out well for us. But I mean, for me, we could just look at it. I mean, Skubal, yeah, you know, he's great. Like I said, I'm not getting overly excited about him. If I have 3 teams on FanDuel, I'll probably have him once. I think Logan Henderson's a great play. I like Mackenzie Gore. And then Jarrett Jones, I think, is in play. I think you could look at Sandoval. Melton, I think, is in play. And then, you know, like I said, maybe we could get a little bit lower. And, you know, like you said, like we could go to Sandoval if you want. I mean, I think it's kind of tighter pitching for me in reality. But nobody stands out where I think there's a must play. I think we got a decent array of arms at the bottom level, $7,000, $8,000 that we can use to fill out our lineup. So it's going to be interesting. We got a Coors Field game on the other side of the bats. I got some other teams I like other than that. So, but yeah, what do you think of pitching? Any other guys or anything stand out? Any last words?
No, I think I'm with you here. I see there's a lot of Peralta chatter in the chat, and you know, just making the case that he's unowned, about as cheap as he's ever been on DraftKings, and he's moving to a much better organization. I stated that he is probably likely to be better going forward than he is tonight, and I'm not recommending anyone playing him, just given the case for an unknown pitcher, and MLB plays out weird. So I'm not going to be surprised if he deals tonight at all, and I might have a Peralta lineup or 2. Just that's me personally. Other than that, I think it's pretty eye to eye.
Yeah, I mean, overall, decent slate. Like you said, too, I think Henderson, if I was to say would be my favorite pitcher on DK, I think it would be Henderson just because of the salary savings I get, the $1,000 salary savings. And then you get the matchup against Pittsburgh. And then, after that, I think I would rather go Gore than Scooball. I think Scooball would be my third place finisher. He'd be the bronze medalist just because of his price. He's got the matchup, a little bit of hitter-friendly weather out there in Wrigley, so that'd be in play. But Gore's got – dude, go look at the bottom of that lineup for the Giants.
Man, it just came out.
Challenge anybody to even know.
It just came out. You see it?
I saw the projected. I didn't know.
It's about it. It's even worse. I mean, it's as bad as it gets. It is crazy.
He said it's even worse.
It's even worse.
That's kind of hard. I mean, that's even hard to even imagine. But I mean, yeah, they're sitting with a 3-point run total over there. So yeah, I could definitely see Mackenzie Gore probably being one of the highest owned pitchers here today. But yeah, we got 11 games we got to roll through here for everybody. I did notice we got quite the chat here today. Say hi to Michael W., Sean, Sully, Mr. I almost said Ripken, R.K. Klein. We got there. We got in your Steel Philly Phantom, Parabay in the house. We got who else we got in here? Let's see. That's about it. Oh, go F you guys or FUIs or whatever that looks like. Travis, we got in here. And then we got Andy as well. So, hey, appreciate you all joining us. Do me a favor. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Keeps the boss happy. Everybody will like it if we get some love on the chat or on the I'm trying to find this Andy's. Where'd he go? I'm trying to get rid of it. Now I can't find it on this damn thing. You know, sometimes when you're driving and you're trying to talk at the same dang time, ain't all that easy. Well, whatever. We'll leave it there. It ain't bothering me none. So, all right. What do we got? 11 games. I didn't see much as far as any kind of weather issues. Did you?
Nope, not at all.
Yeah, I didn't see anything either. I was just double checking. Oh, there he is. We had all kinds of. All right. We got 11 games. First one coming out the rip here. We have the Yankees and the Cards. We got Ryan Weathers against Dobbins here today. I mean, we're sitting here looking at the Spankies. I mean, they got a almost 5 team total here. I mean, they're added Ramos to their team. They brought up one of their top prospects in George Lombard, who's going to be a pretty cheap bat here today. They add Luis Garcia to their to the lineup, who I know hit a homer in his debut. So yeah, I mean, you get 100 Dobbins, not very good. I mean, I think the Yankees definitely can get to him today. They're a team that I'm definitely gonna be playing today. Gonna be excited about. I mean, you got a K percentage of left side for Dobbins at 19%. Lefty's been barreling them up at almost 10%. So yeah, I do like this pretty much all lefty lineup except Ramos here today. So man, I think he's gonna have his work cut out for him. Ben Rice has been absolutely smashing righty. So man, I think Ben Rice is a really good play. And like I said, you get a cheap guy Lombard, I think could help you with that stack. I think he's going to be pretty popular here today. But yeah, I think Yankees grayed out definitely for me as one of the top handful of stacks here today.
I'm with you. I think the Yankees look really, really good in this spot. You go from Dominguez and Volpe to Heliot Ramos and Lombard. Lombard, obviously one of the top prospects in baseball. Their lineup just looks a lot deeper now. So definitely in on the Yankees. Bad Cardinals bullpen that sold off some guys. So I like this spot for the Yankees a lot. The Cardinals, I'm not really in on. Not that it's like the worst spot in the world. I mean, Weathers hasn't been great recently, but on this slate, we didn't even talk about Weathers. I'd probably play him before stacking the Cardinals. Just probably a spot I don't really get to either side, and more in on the Yankees than anything else here.
Yeah, I got to agree. I mean, 11 games coming out to shoot at 7:05. That's the first game to go off. The second game is at 7:10, which is this White Sox at the Red Sox. So we got the battle of the Sox going on. Davis Martin, who's not been bad, been a little better to the right side, actually, 23.5%, strikeout rate 20.5% to the left side. It's been pretty decent so far this year. He did have the one game where he had a pretty bad inning. I know he got beat up really bad. And then you got Sandoval here against the White Sox, who hasn't been bad since coming back. You get the lefty here. So, I mean, I'm not really too afraid of the righties except for Vargas that the White Sox have. So, I mean, he's probably he's going to have like Grichuk, Joey Bart in the lineup, Medoff in the lineup, Medoff. So, man, I just think other than Vargas, I'm not really too worried about any other of these guys here. They got a bunch of strikeouts too in that lineup. That's why I do like kind of Sandoval. But I don't generally like picking on the White Sox. I mean, we got a game total sitting at 9, which we got pretty much most of the game totals are pretty. I mean, we got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 5 out of 9. We got the 11. We got a couple of 8.5. So definitely some runs up on the board in Vegas today. So I can't say that I overly love either one of these two teams here. I wouldn't even really I'm not really even putting any of them close to. I mean, maybe the Red Sox I'd like a little bit more. I probably put them in the same bucket, but they're probably around like outside the top 10 bucket for me.
I agree they're in the same bucket. I like the Red Sox a little bit more, though. I just always like the White Sox more against right-handed pitching. Good ballpark for hitting. We know games can get weird here. Davis Martin was really good to start the year and hasn't been as good over his last however many starts. And the Red Sox, they're not like the most exciting offense to roster, but they're coming off a sweep of the Dodgers in LA. Ceddanne Rafaela homers in at least 3 in a row. He's red hot. I think they got some mini stack potential here at least. Martin is just not a guy I'm afraid to pick on. I don't think the Red Sox get any ownership. But I'm with you. They're not like a top tier stack for me. I like the Yankees more, and we'll get to some other teams that look even better than the Yankees. So I like the Red Sox. Probably like a lower end tier 2 stack for me. White Sox tier 3.
Yeah, I gotta agree with that one. I mean, Red Sox have been be fun to be a Red Sox fan at this point. They've been playing some pretty good baseball, that's for sure. A new manager comes in, Cora goes out, and all of a sudden, reeling off 15 out of 18 or whatever. I kind of lost track where they're at now, but yeah, playing some pretty good baseball. Next game, we got 7:15. The only one at 7:15. Then we jumped. We got a couple games at 7:40. So we got a pretty good spread out slate as we see too with the 11 games. But I do kind of like this one here. We got Miami rolling into Atlanta. We got the Marlins and Ryan Gusto going up against the Braves here. I mean, Grant Holmes, strike about 19% both sides. Got some walk issues, had some issues with the left side at almost 12% walk rate. Lefty's been getting to him, barreling him up. I wouldn't take the Marlins I wouldn't take them out of my deep pool. I would probably put them in the same bucket as like the White Sox and Red Sox, to be truthful. I think they could get the Holmes, but on the other side of this game for me, I think the Braves are really interesting. You just kind of look at what we're looking at here. Gusto has not been very good against lefties here. He's got a 15% K rate, a 10% walk rate, 366 WOBA, not really getting any ground balls. He's been getting barreled up at 8%. I think we could definitely get to him today with some lefties. Matt Olson, as we know, has been absolutely crushing righties. So I think Olson is in a really good spot. Olson's a guy that I'd probably put as one of the top bats on the slate here today. So I do like Olson. You got all the lefties. You got Baldwin, Harris, Yastrzemski, Smith. I think all the Braves would be in play. You could obviously throw in Acuna, Albies obviously in there as well. So, but yeah, I think the Braves would be probably in my top 5. I didn't really write them all down, but I could see the Braves being in my top 5.
Yeah, I'm with you here. I like both sides of this game. Grant Holmes from the Atlanta side is not a pitcher I'm afraid to pick on at all. The Miami lineup got less exciting after they dealt Liam Hicks, but Augustin Ramirez is back up. I don't know if I don't think their lineup is out yet. We'll see if he's in it, but he's always a guy with big power. So I like Miami here. And then, not to bury the lead, I think Atlanta is the top 5 stack on this slate. Gusto, not good. Atlanta, we know a ton of power from the left side and right side. So their whole lineup is stackable. They run. I like both sides of this game for offense. I think you get an ownership discount with Miami, but Atlanta is the higher upside stack.
Yeah, I mean, interesting game. I mean, you're sitting here looking, like I said, another game with a 9 total. So, I do like the lefties for the Braves in this one. The next one we have here starting at 7:40, we got the Twins rolling into Kansas City, sitting at a 9.5 total. Twins minus $1.50 going down to Kansas City. We got Gusto. Oh, no, that's not. I was on the wrong damn page. We got Joe Ryan and Dobnak going here for the Royals. Now, Dobnak, I mean, dude, 11% strikeout rate to the lefties, 16% to the righties. He's got a mid-ground ball. I mean, ground ball lean, 54% to the left, 56% to the left, right side. He's got an 8% fly ball percentage to the right side. So that's something to be said. Only 37 at-bats, so he's had 107 plate appearances so far this year. Fly ball percentage generally low. He has gotten barreled up 8% by lefties. I mean, Dobnak's not the greatest of pitchers here. I mean, like I said, mid-ground ball lean. I think you come over here and you look at some of these Twins. I think they're interesting today. You got a bad Kansas City Royal bullpen. We got a game total sitting at 9.5. I like some of these lefties here, especially the Twins got a bunch of fly ball hitters that I do like. Larnick at almost 25%, Jeffers at 32%, Cody Clemens 34%. I think he'd be one of my favorite bats here today. So I do like the Twins as a cheaper stack here against the Royals team. Obviously not very good. Twins sitting at a healthy run total, 5.3. So for me, I mean, I'd put the Twins up there in my top 5 here stacks here today. I think they're definitely interesting. I don't think they're going to get as much love. But, give me Twins. And they fill out some shitty spots in the infields and all that fun stuff. And they're pretty multi-versatile around. So, I do like stacking the Twins. I think this is a decent spot. They get the Dobnak early and can get in that bullpen. Who knows, man? I think the Twins can score a bunch of runs here today.
I like the Twins a lot, too. They're one of my favorite stacks on the board. Owners should consider they might be my favorite. So we're right aligned here. Randy Dobnak, just a guy that I expect to come down back to earth in a major way sooner rather than later. He's sporting almost 1 flat ERA, 1.04. His expected ERA is about 4.60. So he's due for a major regression. I like the way the Twins line up against him here. You got the bullpen point, which you talked about. Ownership won't be crazy at all with the Dodgers and Rays looking like teams people really want to get to for good reason. So I'm in on the Twins here. If I were making one lineup tonight, it'd be a team I'd consider for sure, and I want to have exposure.
Yeah, I think the other side too with the Royals, I think they're gonna. I think they're getting Bobby Witt back. That's the report. So that's the case. Yep. I mean, but you look at Ryan. They pulled him out of his few starts here, and they had him miss one because of arm fatigue. He hasn't looked good his last 30 days. 103 plate appearances. His ground ball percentages are lower than normal by 5-6 percentage points. His fly ball percentages are higher, left side 38, 36% to the right side. I mean, he's been getting barreled up too by righties here in recent times. So, I mean, this could be a guy too that, they could get to Joe Ryan today. I don't know, really how his health is, especially with them holding him out with arm fatigue. I'm going to assume with the Twins being in the race for the title that they would have let him rest if that was the case. So I'm going to assume that the Twins are smart enough to hold him back. But, I'm just a little bit concerned about Joe Ryan kind of until I could see it, maybe another start or two. But, I mean, I think the Royals would be in play. I do like that they moved up Bobby Witt. Normally the Royals aren't a team that I generally like to stack. But, I mean, if I had a bunch of teams, 20 teams, I'd probably have 1 or 2 Royal teams I might even just have a game stack on this one. I could see this one turning into a softball game, actually. So, but you look at any love for the Royals?
Yeah, I don't hate it at all. Ryan, we know. I mean, he gave up 7 by Cleveland 2 games ago. So, like, that his floor is low. Whip back for KC. Yeah, I could buy some Royals here in tournaments. I think for me, it'd be more either trying to pick out like lefty homer, because we know that's always been a thing with Ryan, or just hoping you get like the Ryan that was tipping pitches or whatever he was doing with Cleveland and full stack them. And maybe you get the team that hits a bunch of home runs.
Whenever you see a dude giving up 5 or 6 homers, I mean, 90% of the time it's going to be he was tipping his pitches and somebody figured something out. Like it's generally seems to be the case. And yeah, I'm sure they kind of figured it out. And it's amazing holding the glove in different angles. Like, dude, like they watch everything, man. Like it's crazy the shit that they pay attention to. But I mean, that's your job. You make a lot of money. A lot of people are watching it, all the analytics. I guess they should be able to figure all that crap out. But other game we have at 7:40, interesting one here, division game here. Pittsburgh, we got a game total 7.5. Pittsburgh going into Milwaukee. We got Jared Jones, who we had a little bit of interest in, and we got Logan Henderson, who I have some interest in as well. High strikeout arm, 34% to right side, 31% to the left side. I don't really have any love for any bats. Do you see any bats that maybe you'd like as one-offs for any leverage, or do you think we should just skip right on by this one?
The only thing I'll call out is a Milwaukee stack against a volatile Jones. It's not going to look good on paper, and I'm not going to play it probably, but Jones is like an ace. He's just got high strikeout upside, and Milwaukee can get to anyone. So that'd be the only side that I would even think about, but I'm with you. Henderson, probably my favorite pitcher on the slate, and Jones a good option here too.
Yeah, I do like Henderson. I mean, the Tigers are talking about trading Scooball. I mean, I was hoping that Henderson ended up back in Detroit. I was kind of wishing for that. I mean, Brewers do have a pretty stacked, really stacked, minor league system. That is for sure. 8:05, we got the Dodgers and Tarek Scooball. Dodgers lost 4 in a row, by the way, rolling into the Cubbies here, sitting at a game total of 9. With the best pitcher on the planet, who are sitting with the Cubbies at a 3.6 run total. What does that mean? We got the Dodgers, obviously, with the hefty run total above 7 against Javier Assad. Assad, really not that big of a strikeout arm, 19% to the left side, a low 14% to the right side. Doesn't really walk too many batters. The left side does get to Assad. He's been bad. Woba 339, ground ball percentage 40%, fly ball percentage 30, almost 37%, barrel percentage 12%. So he's not missing any bats. He's getting balls in play on the left side. We know Ohtani, Freeman, Muncy, Edmund, Tucker. I mean, they obviously have some bats over there with the Dodgers. So I am interested in some Dodgers. I think they're one of the top stacks here today against Assad and this Cubs team. The wind is blowing out a little bit out there. Going to have a nice 80-degree game out there in between the Ivy out there. But as far as the Cubs go against Scooball, I'm not interested in any. They don't even have any right-handed bats that I'd really consider. Maybe Suzuki if you were wanting to look for some leverage. But I don't think Scooball is going to get as high as ownership as you'd want for any kind of leverage off that. So, I mean, I'm just not a fan. But for me, I mean, I think the Dodgers for me are definitely going to be one of my favorite stacks. I think I'd put the Dodgers like in the Yankees and maybe even the Braves ahead of like the Rockies and Rays in that Coors Field game. So I think those would be the 3 teams that I do like. I do kind of like some Rangers as well. I do like some Twins. So I think there's some teams in there, but as far as like overall power upside, I think the Dodgers definitely have all that. The Yankees obviously do too as well. So Dodgers for me, one of my favorite stacks here today. I mean, it's hard not to like the Dodgers, but Scooball does have a jinx of the Tigers never getting any run support. So maybe that'll continue here for the Dodgers today. Cause I'll be honest, I'm anti Scooball.
Yeah. I would be shocked if you weren't anti Scooball at this point. So I get it. For me, it's the Dodgers here. I'm with you. It's hard not to like them. I mean, Assad is average and you get the Dodgers here on the road, guaranteed 9 at bats. They're expensive, but there are ways to make it work on this slate. So I think they rival the Rays as the top stack on paper. We also like the Twins and the Yankees a lot. I think you get those teams at ownership. The Dodgers will be owned, but again, you've got cores on this slate also. So that's going to eat into both the Dodgers and Rays ownership, making it so neither one is crazy highly owned, especially considering how expensive they are. You can't really roster the Dodgers and Rays together, like the guys that you would want to roster. So interesting in that regard. But yeah, I think they have the highest ceiling of any team on the slate because they're the Dodgers and facing Javier Assad.
Yeah, I kind of like this one, Michael, though. Can you fade Caminero? We'll get to that in a minute at 7K. That's like Shohei Ohtani shit. That is for sure. But Caminero hits the ball so damn hard. I mean, that was evident in the home run derby. I mean, that guy is impressive, dude. Like, if that dude ever played softball and you were playing third base or pitcher against that guy, you're a damn idiot. I mean, to stand in front of that dude. Hell to the no. That'd be my – no way would I stand. I played goalie in hockey. I still wouldn't stand there in front of his ass. No way. Either way, San Fran. What the hell is this lineup? Rolling into Texas here. You got Tidwell, who we're definitely going to pick on with some of these Ranger bats. That's for sure. I definitely like some of these Rangers. I mean, we got a righty here with a low strikeout rate against lefties at 16.7% so far this year. Ground ball rate pretty low. So has been getting barreled up 12%. I think they're going to be able to pick on this kid here today. Jock Peterson, I like all the lefties. Corey Seager, Nemo, Carter, I think are all interesting in play for me. I do like some Rangers here. I think they're a fairly cheap stack out there in Texas. I mean, they're pretty heavy favorite, pretty much at a minus 200. They do have a team total right around 4.5, 4.6. So don't mind Texas at all. I don't have them in my top of my favorite teams. I do think they're definitely interesting. This Giants team, man, I don't even know if I'd play them. I mean, this looks like a AAA team to me. I don't have any interest in that garbage.
Yeah, I actually totally with you again here. Blake Tidwell, not good. The Rangers look like a good stack here. I mean, the Giants, man. The only thing I'll say about the Giants is Gore's going to be super chalky, and he's volatile, and the Giants are cheap. So there's a world where the Giants get some runs here, and maybe a mini stack gets there, but not excited about full stacking them. That's for damn sure. The Rangers, though, I could be sold on. Tidwell, bad bullpen that sold off a couple guys. The Rangers have been feisty, and they've got some power, and they run. So, yeah, I could see stacking some Rangers here as a way to get different.
Yeah, I mean, it's just interesting. A little different outside of the other teams that we were looking at. And like I said, I do like some lefties. Maybe you could look at them for some one-offs as well. But next game, we got Toronto, Houston. We got Trey Yasevich against Hayden Wazinski coming out for his second start here. We got a game total sitting at 8.5. I can't say I really have any interest in either of these two teams. But I mean, if you can maybe talk me into one, I just don't see it. I mean, you look at the Astros, they did add Varsho. I thought that was an interesting move, but was it Trammell the other day too in the game? I don't know if you saw, he thought his ass hit a home run. He ran all the way around the bases and was like doing his like little prayer in front of home plate and shit. And walking, he's looking at his teammates like, what? Dude, the dude caught the ball, bro. Like, you look like a donkey. You're gonna be laughed at all week on social media. But I thought that was kind of funny, man. I don't know if you saw that. Did you see that?
I saw that, and that was hilarious. You never see shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, he did the full trot, the prayer, everything. I mean, was he not aware? There was no sound effects. Bieber was celebrating. Like, I mean, I get it. Like, you're just in the zone, but that was like a once in a forever type moment.
Right. Like, man, I did giggle. I thought that was pretty funny. I got a kick out of that one. That was entertaining. That's for sure. But I mean, the outfielder did sell it. Like, it's not like he jumped up and down with, I mean, he did kind of walk away like nonchalant at first. And then I was like, that's pretty funny. Either way, 840, we got the big dog up on the board. We got the Rays and the Rockies here. We got a Rockies lineup here with just confirmed up here. Got a 5.5 team total. Then we have the Rays, obviously, with Junior Caminero sitting at 6,900 on DK as Michael W. we were just laughing at here. But, man, the Rays put up a bunch of runs yesterday. They're going to be the darlings here today. I don't mind it. I think it's just a thing. Either you're going to want to fade them or you don't want to fade them. I know Tovar yesterday absolutely smashed the shit out of the baseball at the bottom of that Colorado lineup yesterday also. But, we basically are sitting with Freddie Peralta, as we mentioned, getting traded over here from the Mets, getting thrown into the mix here out there in Coors Field. As I said, Freddie, pretty much a fastball hitter. I think the Rockies do have a bunch of hitters that are pretty good at hitting the fastball. So I would be a little bit concerned about that, but I could see, like I said, leaving them in a deeper pool. But both of these stacks here are going to grade out and going to be favorites of some optos, especially with the total sitting here at 11. So, but for me, I do like some Rays. I haven't decided yet of my 3 teams I'm going to play on FanDuel if I'm going to have any parts of this or I'm going to full fade it. Because I do feel as if I'm going to have, especially Rays, I'm going to have to be perfect with my Rays stacks. I'm not, going to be able to leave. I think you're going to have the top 4 or 5 scoring guys, depending on what site you play on. And that's generally the case when you get a chalkier type stack, unless you hit that 5% or less guy that hits outscores everybody by quite a bunch. But I mean, you're going to have to be pretty perfect on your stack today. But what do you think about this one out here in Coors? Obviously got the highest game total. Everybody's going to like some Rays today, as you said, going to be in contest with the Dodgers for the highest donut on the slate. But yeah, Rays obviously in play, scoring just missed the extra point yesterday, 13 or something.
Yeah, man, I was using Aranda over Devers away from shipping almost everything I was in last night. Still a good night. I had Jung-Hoo Lee who went insane, but almost got all the way to the top. Not quite. As far as tonight goes for the Rays, I don't like them nearly as much as I did last night. Michael Lorenzen is one of the worst pitchers in baseball. Gabriel Hughes, I don't know if he's good, but I don't know if he's bad either. His underlying stuff isn't awful. He's been pretty good. People aren't going to pick on him like he's a gas can because the Rays are in Coors and it's just what will happen. And I'm not saying the Rays aren't a great stack here, but I don't think I like them quite as much as the field, while I do like some other stacks more than the field. So I think I'll personally be under on the Rays, knowing that the upside is higher than anyone but probably the Dodgers. You can always fade any hitter in MLB. So as far as that question goes for Caminero, yeah, but I wouldn't be looking to fade him if I were stacking the Rays. He's an elite power hitter who, price is almost negligible in MLB DFS because if he hits, if he did what he did last night, you're going to need him almost no matter what his price is. So, yeah, obviously the Rays have a crazy high ceiling. I think I'm going to be under on that. I don't think the under the Rockies because of my Peralta points, but their ownership's going to be a lot lower than the Rays. So in tournaments, I think I like them more than Tampa as a full stack.
Yeah, it's an interesting game. I'm to the point where if I had to rank the 3, Rays, Rockies, full fade, I think I would probably go Rockies, full fade, Rays, to be honest with you. So, I just feel like if it beats me, it beats me in one of them scenarios. I feel like they're going to draw pretty heavy ownership. Now, I will say too, if you're looking at some of that, a guy like George Lombard, I think that's why he's going to be pretty popular. He's really cheap. And he's going to be, he fills an outfield spot. He's got 2,400. I think he's going to be played. So,
shortstop, which the Rays don't have.
Yeah. So I think he's going to, I think he's going to be a very popular one-off, especially with them Rays stacks is what I'm kind of thinking. So the next game we have here rolling into the 9:40 window. We generally have games at this point in time where we're really we're concerned about and got to wait up late and a lot of the game totals are going to come out, but we got a D-backs here team against a Padres. We got Randy Vasquez going up against Erod here in this one. Padres been a little bit better of late. You got Erod got pretty low K percentages, almost 16% to the right side, almost 18% to the left side. He's been getting barreled up this year, almost 11% to lefties, kind of reverse splitsy, 8% to the right side. Mid ground ball lean, more ground balls to the left side than to the right. Fly ball percentage a little higher to the right side. So, I mean, Erod, I don't mind picking on Erod, but I don't know if the Padres are a team, especially on a big slate here today. I just don't overly love it. So, I mean, we're only sitting at a 4-run total. So I'd probably pass on some Padres. And then looking at Vasquez here, I don't really want to pick on him either. Another low strikeout pitcher. He hasn't been very good. 16% to the left side, 14% to the right side. Been getting barreled up quite a bit by righties. I mean, maybe you could talk me into some of these D-backs. I mean, I think there's just too many other spots here today that I like more than either one of these teams here today. But I guess, I mean, I put maybe like the Padres in the same close bucket as like the White Sox, Marlins, Red Sox. I think I'd kind of put them around there. And, you know, I'd even throw the D-backs in there. I think they're all kind of similar bucket for me.
I kind of like this game. Like, it's hard to prioritize it with over Coors and the Dodgers and the Twins and other teams we talked about. But, man, like, Randy Vasquez is not good. You need to get to Vasquez if you stack the D-backs because the Padres bullpen is so good. So that's the downside of stacking Arizona. But their lineup is deeper now. It hasn't come out yet, but you got Nootbaar in there, Kepler. I like those guys. Obviously, Marte, Corbin Carroll. Their lineup is better against righties than it has been. So I could get sold on an Arizona stack. And then San Diego, a little bit tougher for me just because Erod, despite the fact that I think he's due for major negative regression, has just been good this year and continues to just get by. And he's a pitcher's pitcher. Like, he knows what he's doing on the hill. So I'm not overly shocked that he's better than his underlying numbers suggest. That said, any given start, he could get rocked. So the Padres got to be in the pool for that reason. Just hard to like prioritize them here.
Yeah, I got to agree with you on that one. I mean, like I said, there's just way too many better spots for me to get overly excited. But last game on the slate, we have the Tigers, schoolball-less Tigers. Should have been pitching today for the Tigers here going into Seattle. We got a low game total sitting at 7.5. We got Troy Melton, who looks to me, I mean, that dude reminds me of Roy Oswalt. But either way, Emerson Hancock going for the Mariners here today. I mean, just kind of looking here. I mean, I'm not really wanting to attack Melton. Melton's got a pretty good K rate so far this year, 28% to the right side, 19% to the left side. I mean, Melton's just been good at limiting contact. He's been really good at getting the Tigers some W's. That's for sure. Hancock so far this year, 20% to the right side strikeout rate, left side 25%. He's been getting barreled up at almost 11% by the lefties. I don't like the park. I will always say Kevin McGonigal, I think, is getting to the point where, man, that guy's just getting on base quite a bit. They bring up Max Clark. He's pretty cheap. He's been hitting the shit out of the baseball. So kind of exciting as a Tiger fan to see another one of our prospects come right out the gate and do pretty well. But, I mean, we got some lefties. Maybe if it was at a different park, I would, maybe like it a little bit more here today. There's just too many way better stacks here for me to like that. But maybe if I was just one-off power hunting, maybe you could look at some of these guys if you want a late hammer. Like I said, McGonigal, Riley Green, Clark, I think would be where I'd look. But, yeah, I mean, interesting. I don't love it. Like I said, low game total. I think we got a lot of offense here on the slate today, but is there anything you can talk me into doing this one?
No, the only thing I like is exactly what you said. One off of like McGonigal, other pieces of Detroit, because I don't think Hancock is very good. It's just hard to see the Tigers stack in this park getting there on this slate. Like they got to hit a bunch of home runs here to get there. I think you're better off mini stacking at most or using one-offs because I don't mind the spot the lefties are in against Hancock. I don't like Seattle against Melton. I'm with you.
And I will say, too, like as much over the years, like I'm 53. I mean, as many years I sat and watched baseball, one thing I've always noticed, and one thing I started following, like when I knew nothing about DFS baseball, was guys like walk rates and like when they were seeing the ball well and how many pitches they were seeing. And one thing I can bring up here about do you think Clark will stay hot, and that being Max Clark. Dude, his first at bat, he saw like 8 or 9 pitches. Imagine coming up, you're a top prospect, and you literally saw 8 or 9 pitches. Like their patience, the presence at the plate that they see the ball. I think that kid's going to be really good. I think it's going to stand out. I wish he was bigger. He's just a short little guy. But, if he was like James Wood size, like, damn, like, man, that dude would be freaking like Ohtani type guy. But, I mean, I think Clark's going to be pretty good. I think he steals bags too. Like he's got some speed. I think he's going to be really good. He'll probably get moved up in the lineup soon. So I think that's going to end up happening. But, good piece. He's cheap now. Get to him now because he ain't going to be this cheap for long and probably not for a while. So I think that's the kind of guys I like, getting on rookies that are cheap like Lombard and some of these guys. I mean, those are the guys, like, especially if you pay attention and, and you're not really into the baseball and you see some of these dudes going into, into these lineups, especially as we get later in this season and, some of these prospects, especially if they have some power. And, hey, Google's a wonderful thing. So you can always look up, with some of these guys too, if you see a guy that you haven't seen in lineups, like a lot of these Giants hitters, I mean, they're a bunch of cheap guys. Like, he moving forward, maybe don't like the matchup now, but, some of these teams are bringing up players. So, I mean, those are guys you can plug in your lineup, maybe get a little bit of power upside with, especially as we're moving forward here into baseball. But, so Matt, I mean, breaking down offense for us, we went through all the teams here. I mean, we know we got the Coors Field, we got the Rays, Rockies. But for me, like Dodgers, Yankees, Braves, Rangers, Twins, I think they're all in a bucket. I think you compete with that game. And then, like I said, the other bucket I'd have like White Sox, Red Sox, Marlins, Padres, D-backs. I think they were all interesting. But, yeah, I think we got a decent slate overall. I even throw out a home run call. I'm going to go with some of these Rangers on the lefties, and I'm going Corey Seager to hit a home run here today. I think Seager is in a pretty good spot. I like Cody Clemens too. I almost said Cody Clemens, Rocket's son. I think, Tigers had him as 2 and gave up on him, kind of bummed about. But either way, what do you think about the offenses here today? Who's your favorite? Give me some stacks and maybe throw a home run call.
I like that Twins call we talked about. The Twins, the Dodgers. We'll go the Twins, Dodgers, and I'm starting to like the D-backs more and more. My home run call is going to be from the D-backs. We're going to go newly minted D-back, Lars Nootbaar, going yard off Randy Vasquez, who I'm just not a fan of. I think the D-backs can get to him, and if they do, it could be a good night for the Snakes. I like Arizona here as like a sneaky stack, but we talked about some other really good offenses on the board. So, it's tough to prioritize almost anyone because of the FOMO you have of not rostering someone else. So it's one of those type of slates. Also with good pitching mixed in. So I imagine the scores are going to be very high tonight.
Yeah, it should be. A lot of times on these bigger slates, they obviously are. I think stacking's more relevant. Obviously, when we got big slates like this today, most of the time we're on with 5 or 6 game slates. So, we're obviously willing to maybe take other chances. But, I think we got a decent slate here tonight. We'll see how we finish. Hopefully, we got a bunch of Ship It logos up at the top of the tournaments. We'll get some nice screenshots in the Discord. I appreciate all of you guys joining us here today. Make sure on the way out, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you're not. If you are new, appreciate you joining us. Let's ship it.